Well, it's Friday again, and 4 fugitives are on the run across the Gulf Coast, and Crime Stoppers needs your help finding them. And we're joined by Trish Rout, who's helping lead the charge.
And some interesting stories this week as well.
Yeah,
some
from what
good
we're hearing.
excuses, some very Florida excuses. Well, we're starting off our list this week with a Collier County man dodging a warrant on 24 counts of the possession of child pornography. Juan Betancourt has been on the run for the last few months after he failed to appear for his trial on charges stemming from the child porn arrest. Detectives received multiple tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children about downloads of sex acts among underage girls between the ages of 5 and 16 that linked back to Betancourt's cell phone. The Collier man initially spent just over 4 months behind bars for the disgusting crime and was released on a $120,000 bond using money that he'd scammed from a Punta Gorda family. Now, in that case, detectives say Betancourt was hired to repair hurricane damage to the home, receiving well over $80,000 in cash. However, very little work was actually done, with most of the money being used to post bond on the child porn crimes instead. His trial date was all set to begin, but when a judge was ready to start, Betancourt was nowhere to be found. The 62-year-old felon has 6 priors between the 2 counties on additional charges of DUI, driving violations, and obscene material counts. Betancourt is 5'5", 175 pounds, and was last known to be living in the Golden Gate Estates area. Next up is a woman who has spent the last 20 years thumbing her nose at the criminal justice system. Stacia Joseph now finds herself back on law enforcement's radar, this time for violating probation following an arrest for the possession of a controlled substance. Officers were called to the Edison Mall about a woman acting a bit bizarre while parked in a handicap spot. When they arrived, they spotted Joseph undressing and making erratic movements in the car while being hardly able to construct a coherent sentence. She then put her hand into a white substance in the center console of the car, which she said was just mac and cheese mix. As it turned out, the 45-year-old had a crack pipe, cocaine, and drug paraphernalia in the vehicle. That landed her behind bars for about a month before being released on the condition that she'd be a law-abiding citizen. But last month, she failed that simple test and is now being recommended for an additional 364 days in jail. Over the years, Joseph has been jailed 21 times for battery, domestic violence, grand theft auto, a lascivious sex act, drugs, hit and run, resisting, and prostitution. She's also spent a year in prison for aggravated assault. Joseph is 5'7", 220 pounds, and could be using the aliases of Stacia Arizari, Stacia Rugolo, or Stacia Adams in order to avoid her next arrest. Also dodging detectives this week is a guy who got caught with a substantial amount of meth, which he said, of course, that he just happened to find in a nearby parking lot. Michael Kelley's story didn't pan out that day, and now he continues to break the law by not showing back up for a court hearing to share his shady explanation with the judge. Officers were initially called to a Cape Coral bank where Kelley was sitting under a tree having a smoke. As it turns out, the cigarette was the least of his problems when officers immediately spotted a glass pipe peeking out from under his backpack. That finding prompted a more thorough search of his belongings, which turned up a collection of baggies of meth, all prepackaged and ready for sale on the streets. When questioned about the drugs, Kelley said he found a purse with the drugs in it the night before and was just holding on to it until he figured out what he should do with it. His bad decisions landed him in jail for the next month, and he was only released pending his promise to show backup in court, which he has since failed to do. Kelley has 3 previous bookings for drugs and trespassing. He's 6 foot, 180 pounds, and upon his arrest, he will be held without bond in the Lee County Jail. And coming in last place this Friday the 13th is a guy with a really short fuse who violently attacked a woman who simply asked him to leave. A judge has ordered Jerry Williams back to jail after he recently violated conditions of his release following an arrest for 2 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Williams's woes goes back to an incident the day after Christmas when he and the victim got into a verbal argument. In an attempt to defuse the situation, the victim simply asked Williams to leave her alone and go somewhere else. But when he refused, things escalated badly, with Williams grabbing the woman's laptop computer and hurling it at her head. She said he then shoved her to the ground, mounted her chest, and held a knife to her throat while threatening to stab her. Fortunately, she was able to escape his grip and run away to call police. Williams was located in early January and spent a month and a half in jail before being released on certain conditions. But within days of his release, the 51-year-old cut off his ankle monitor and has now gone in the wind. Williams is 5'10", 190 pounds, and is likely laying low in the central Fort Myers area. And as always, if you have any information on any of the fugitives we featured here today, you're asked to call the Crime Stoppers hotline. That number is 1-800-780-TIPS. All callers will remain anonymous and will be eligible for a cash reward of up to $3,000.